Foster's Quarantine Corner.
Good morning, Thorpe Cardinals, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Foster's Quarantine Corner. Today is Tuesday, May 19th. All right, we will not be holding a graduation ceremony this weekend, but on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m., we will be having a special senior parade. More details will be coming. All right, this Thursday at 7 p.m., we will be live streaming the senior banquet. Please watch Facebook and your emails for a link to join. All right, our joke of the day is from Daniel M. in 7th grade. Take it away, Daniel.
Who's the best singer on Mars? Bruno Earth.
Good one, Daniel. That was a real knee slapper. All right, our fun fact of the day comes from Mrs. Stewart. Did you know that in a standard deck of cards, the King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache? All right, in our Adventures in Quarantine segment, Thomas A. in 7th grade shows us a picture of the turkey that he bagged. It's 23 pounds, has 7/8 inch spurs, and a 9-inch beard. Way to go, Thomas. All right, on today's episode, Mrs. Thidemann will be teaching all of us how to make pom-poms. Check it out.
Hi Thorpe Cardinals, Mrs. Thidemann here with another Makerspace moment. Today I'm going to teach you how to make pom-poms. It's really easy. All you need is some yarn, a fork, a ruler, and some really sharp scissors, and you might need some help with that part of it. So first you're going to want to cut a 12-inch piece of yarn like this. You're going to take your fork, and it can be a regular fork, not a plastic one, doesn't matter, and just drape that across the middle like that, and let it just drop down there. Then you take your yarn, and I kind of hold on to the end with my one finger, and I'm just going to start wrapping it round and around. So you're going to want to make a really fat, not really tight, but a firmly wound ball around your fork. The more yarn you use, the bigger your pom-pom is going to be. I'm not going to make mine too fluffy just so it doesn't take so much time here, but you can see. So see, I wound that around and around. I still have my ends draping down here. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to hold on to it yet. Then I'm going to take that middle piece that we have draped over the fork to begin with. I'm going to bring it back up through the middle, and I'm going to tie it just one time. It's not a knot yet. So as tight as I can get it. So see, I tied that first string that we put across the middle of the fork. I tied it really tight. And then I'm going to tie it into a knot. Just make sure you have it super tight, and I'm going to show you what happens when it's not tight enough. Okay, so I have that tied in a knot. It looks like this. Pull that off to the side because we don't want to cut that. So now you're going to cut these edges here, these fat sides along the fork. And that's where you might need some help. So you kind of fish your scissors through there, and you start snipping. And they have to be really, really sharp scissors, so please be careful. So I'm just cutting the ends. Hopefully this works. Sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay. Because in Makerspace, there's no failure. There's just opportunities to try again. So see, I cut the ends there. And we're going to do this on the other side. I kind of fish the ends of the scissors underneath the yarn on the end there. And I snip. And I fish it through underneath. You don't want to try and cut in the same spot along the edge there. Even these sharp scissors aren't doing such a good job. When you get to a certain point, you can kind of pull the fork out and fish the scissors in, and that cuts it a little bit easier. Go snip, snip, snip. And there. You kind of fluff it up. And you just made yourself a pom-pom. You can trim the edges to make it a little better of a round shape. I didn't do such a good job because I was trying to show you in a hurry. So just take your time. And you can make it into a keychain, or it can be a cat toy. My cat is over there watching me, probably wants to play with it. This is what happens when you don't tie it tight enough in the middle. It becomes this. So you just have to tie this really tight in the middle before you snip those ends, or you get this. Have fun, makerspace cardinals.
All right, that does it for today's episode, everyone. Please remember to stay safe, stay sanitized, and stay smart.